Well, it's temporary. This is where they not allow. You know what? It's their your blessing to shut it down if you wish. It's not our request. But we'll need all your badge numbers for. Started by. Okay, gentlemen. So, just to let them know.
But just so you know, we are allowed to have it. First Nations.
We're sorry, gentlemen. It's you know what? There's obviously a kind of a misunderstanding with who's the fire is a sacred fire.
We're just here. This is a big fire thing. We're just here just to make sure that they're safe.
No, absolutely.
I don't know.
No, absolutely. Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Hi, guys. This has been started by the Songees as a sacred fire.
Don't be rude. Don't be rude to our fire.
You know what? If you know what, you know what, you know what, do you know what happens in putting out a sacred fire? John, I'm just asking you. Do you know that, sir?
Don't be rude.
You know what? You know what, you guys, gentlemen. If what I say is, P. I can't. This would be shocking, guys, if you guys did this. But let it play out. You know, it's going to cost far much more in you know, relations with the Aboriginals, the Indigenous people.
How about you let us put it out in our own way instead of you doing that? Do you have to put it out right now?
It's you know, it seems like there's kind of like, you know, smirks from the sergeants here. And it's you know what, that's kind of not the that's not the way. You know what, I wouldn't smirk at a dilemma. It's not funny. It's not funny, sir. This is not funny. This is not funny.
I'm not laughing.
Then you just have happy eyes. Yeah, this is not funny. Absolutely, a sacred fire put out by the boys in blue, black, and standout-ish green, right? It's but it's wow. That's just going to destroy relations. You either build it or destroy them. You know what? It's kind of that that point in time where there's too much information being able to pass through the you know, through the homeless, and is it too much to ask in a country like this to, you know, for adequate housing? Just give us something. They're like, don't make us do this, right? Don't subject us to this. Right? Do you think anybody? Hey, you know what? And under. Okay, I will tell you, gentlemen, under the United Nations Bill of Rights, okay, under the United Nations Bill of Rights, Section 7, 4.7 states. Would you like me to state that for you, Sergeant? Would you like to state that for you, Sergeant? You cannot ask an Indigenous woman to leave.
I cannot under my own thing.
Melba, I'll take care of your stuff. Sir?
You might put it out. Would you rather put it out?
Sir?
I would rather have us put it out than you guys.
I'm fine with that.
Sir, you know what?
Yeah,
then we'll put it out in
in
about 3 months. Yeah, in about 3 months, if they don't correct that. We're asking for adequate housing. There's nothing. Adequate housing, guys. Is that too much to ask for? You guys do this. This is going to be you know what? You guys are going to bring time back. I mean, you know what? Look what they did to Floyd. They followed an unlawful order. And what you're doing right now is under the Human Bill of Rights, under the United Nations, gentlemen. You guys are violating. This is a violation under international. Well, yeah, we're a hybrid homeless now. Yeah, I guess we study shit, right? But I know you guys are good guys, but you guys don't want to follow an unlawful order. Please, man. I'm 50 years old, brother. I've been in business for 23 years. I've got a daughter, man. You guys are fucking strapping lads. I ain't gay, but you know what? You guys are firefighters. Go be in your posts. Save lives, man. Like you guys do. Doing this kind of stuff is an unlawful order. You cannot ask an Indigenous woman on what was called Indigenous land to be removed from that. So if you spray her, that's an assault, right? You understand that under the Bill of Rights, okay, sir, that you cannot ask an Indigenous woman to be removed from her property
We'll deal with the fire
in 4 months.
in our own way, like
But if you guys don't mind getting adequate housing started,
throwing the hose on it,
right?
let us handle this, and then no harm, no foul.
It's an unlawful order, and these guys know it. It's unfortunate, sir, and I do understand, but they cannot. You know what? An unlawful order and following it and going back into the vehicle, sir. I know you're a gentleman. I'm very, very sorry that I kind of came off rude. We're just looking for adequate housing, and if we're not the voice, sir, with the Indigenous community, who's going to be the voice? Nobody, because the government's not doing it, my friend, and it's not you guys, brothers, right? So in 4 months we'll put this out. Is that not a? I'm just saying, is 4 months a good timeline? Because, huh? I don't agree that, and I think that I told you about the International Bill of Rights, sir. Do you understand and comply? Do you understand and comply with the International Bill of Rights, sir? Do you comply with the International Bill of Rights? I'm an FPU. It's called a Field Policing Officer, missionary of the United Nations. Do you believe that you're breaking the law right now in asking an Indigenous woman to move? Or are you going to perform an assault? You both wear the 3 stripes, gentlemen. We know what they are. And if you know what, I can tell by the eyes, you guys are following what's called an unlawful order right now, and you're making other people follow through with you. Okay, so not only you accepting the crime, you're aiding and abetting it, right, sir? And you are a gentleman. I know you guys don't get sergeants by not being fucking hard workers. So don't let this. And the other night, sir, down here, saying that we impeded you in any way. Now this is impeding. Before, that girl is not challenged. Cam McIntyre lied like a fisherman, man. He's the guy that goes out fishing on the boats, and he comes back, he's like, I caught this one like this. The guy didn't catch anything but probably a cold from salt water, right? You know what I'm saying? And it is kind of funny. But it always looks like you're laughing inside. But under the International Bill of Rights, sir.
But if you guys want to put the fire out, nobody's allowed to cross this.
I wouldn't, sir. So you haven't been invited. The water's not blessed, guys. You know what? If you guys do this, you're following an unlawful order. And you know what, gentlemen? There's the repercussions. You guys are going to be coming down on the United Nations. Going to come down on Canada. You know, it's already a fucking black eye that people have to live like this, isn't it?
Guys, you're going to have to put it out. We're going to give you guys locks.
Gentlemen, we've asked you not to cross you just crossed it with absolutely no regard. Are you kidding me? You've taken this land. You've got 36 different markers within the city. What else do you guys want, man? Where's the 1,500 years of our ancestors? Oh, I'm not Indigenous. Yeah, I got a little bit, right? How dare you? How dare you, sir? How dare you? How dare you, sir? I've told you that this is a sacred circle. You were aware or not aware that this is a sacred fire? Have you stepped over the cross of the boundaries of the Indigenous people? Yes, you have, or no, you haven't? It's committing a crime, one crime. Sir, doesn't matter, man. You'll be executed, detained, however you want it, but look at it. Sir, you just know that you've created a crime. You've just made a criminal of yourself. Sir, you have. Okay, that is, sir, do you know what happens when you do this? Seriously, when you do this, you wreck all relations that you know what, you're going to have the Attorney General. You're going to have the Attorney General, sir. You have not been asked. Okay, I'll stand back so you can walk on the outside, sir, and respect it. You guys have no clue, you know what, a little bit of hybrid homeless, eh? We're not in fucking cardboard boxes drinking wine anymore, okay? We're standing up for dignity here, gentlemen. Dignity. Would you do that to your children? Would you possibly ever do that to your kid, your baby in your arms? You know what? I'm a father too. I saw my daughter doing this. It would kill me.
Just get arrested. We all got a job to do.
Then you know what? You're following unlawful order. You know what?
All right.
And you can do what you do. You know the repercussions that come with this. Years of mending relationship with the Indigenous people. And what, due to what, colonial Victoria, we're going to be the fucking heroes? Gentlemen, think about it. You're conducting an illegal act right here under the Indigenous law. This is a sacred fire. How dare you step inside? Okay, have you seen me step inside? I don't step inside. I understand, I respect it for what it is. But if you don't respect it and don't understand what it is, you guys have full knowledge right now. Every single one of you has full knowledge. You have all full knowledge of what it is. Just making sure that everybody has clear indication of what the circle represents. Okay? Gentlemen, we're all clear on what this circle represents and how it was made, who it was made by. Are you correct? Everybody? Yes, sir? Yes, sir? I'm not the boss here, but I'm just saying, yeah. Okay, I'm done. You guys, everyone has agreed. Okay, so everybody knows now, I guess. So everybody's aware that you're aware. Sir, did I make you aware that this is an illegal act under the United Nations Bill of Human... Excuse me, sir. Thank you. Under the International Bill of Rights, okay, you cannot ask an Indigenous woman to move off her land. It is illegal, okay? Justin Trudeau, basically your boss, okay, has signed the same amount of paperwork that Queen Mum Elizabeth has. Sir, if you do this, you're acting unlawfully. You're following through an unlawful order. And I know that that's fair. You know what? Yes, you don't care, but this is your career.
No, I don't care.
And you know what? You probably have kids, right?
We're here supporting fire.
You know what? This is a sacred fire, sir. This is not we're having a barbecue, sir. We are having prayer. We're having healing.
I appreciate what you're saying.
Right? It's prayer. It's healing. That's what a sacred circle is, gentlemen. And you just walked on it like it was yours, like your land. Like the white man came here 1,500 years ago. Chief Factor James Douglas points a fucking cannon at the Songees hut. Why? Because he didn't like the fucking beaver pelt prices, right? Didn't like the pelt prices.
Can you give me
Right,
space,
no,
man? No. Can you give me 6 feet? You
Sorry?
don't have a mask on. I'd like 6 feet.
Yeah, sure. I'm standing on in my circle. May I stand here, please, sir? Your circle.
6 feet would be nice. Thank
Sure.
you.
You know what, sir? Give me 6 feet, please. I'm asking the same thing. I got blessed into the land. Okay, sir, I've been asked. Come in. Can you give me 6 feet?
Granted you permission.
Then, yes. So,
This is 6 feet, we're happy.
why my 6 feet? I'm in my property. You're not, right? This is Indigenous land. You guys respect that you're in Indigenous fucking soil. Not colonialist fucking Victoria where you got 36 fucking statues representing the Queen Mum and the monarchy, but you have one up there and fuck, you guys can't even screw that up. You mow the lawn, you move fucking burials. Not once, not twice, yes, hey, fuck, 3 times to mow grass where the camas used to grow. Why the homeless people got kicked out of there, right? For camas, right? It used to be 6 miles of it when the white man showed up. Excuse me. Now, I'll give you 6 feet. But, gentlemen, that was 6 miles of camas that went across Beacon Hill Park in 1842. Do you know that actually they had a zoo here exactly 130 years ago? And you know why they closed the zoo 130 years ago? For the mistreatment of animals and poor living conditions. Now let's fast forward, okay, 130 years and see what they're doing. If they do it to animals, they call it cruelty, right? Correct? Right? That's cruelty to animals. But if they do it to humans, guess what they're doing 130 years later? Okay? They're treating the homeless, okay, inadequate living conditions, poor living conditions. You think anybody, gentlemen, anybody wants to live here? You put up your fucking hands if you want to live here in Beacon Hill Park. Yeah, okay, you got one nut job, okay? But one nut job doesn't make the bushel, right? Gentlemen?
Yeah, one nut job, that's
Hey, gentlemen, understand human rights, man. You guys pay firefighters to save fucking lives. These are the lives that you need saving. You know what? And be proactive instead of reactive, right? What do you want? What are you going to wait for? These guys to die before you are on the brink of death? They're on the fucking brink of death. They'll stand in front of a fire so you don't pour water on it. You don't think that's the brink of death? Guys, come again. You guys do this for the right reason. You became firemen to be fucking heroes, not to be fucking soldiers in a fucking devil's fucking work, brother. I don't know what you guys must be. You know what? And sir, if that's you, Mr. Kelly, then please ask your man to stand down on grounds of it's an unlawful order and under the respect of the Indigenous people. You know what, gentlemen?
Hey, go around.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Colin. Basic there. We talked.
I know they just bought the city
We
center.
were there.
Long to short,
I was there.
long to short, this is a sacred fire that was started by Rose, under the understanding it was also to be put out by Rose, which was apparently done already today before she left, and somebody else restarted the fire.
No, Melva. Do you want to hear the true story?
Okay.
Come here, please. Melva,
Yeah,
Melva?
apparently.
When have I ever lied to you? When have I ever lied to you? I swear to Christ, I was the one that came out and blew on that fire with a pine cone, with a fucking pine needle. Okay, I blew on that. There was a fucking hope.
Okay,
Melva. It means there was a hope. It was me on my knees, and when the firefighters came up, I was knees crossed. I was praying, and when I got that, it took me 6 minutes to blow that fucking one little spark in that big piece of wood. It was not extinguished on my fucking daughters.
Okay.
And I'll cut it off if I'm fucking wrong tonight.
Okay,
I
so
swear to Christ, I found the fucking ember in that one glimmer of hope. I found it. I don't care. Okay?
because here's the
I
thing.
will tell you that
Here's the thing is
that was
This-
me. But I blew that. I didn't have a lighter. I didn't have matches on me. I swear on my
I understand.
on
I
everything,
understand.
on our
See,
relationship.
that's what I mean. Like, okay, fair enough. Like, I understand.
This fire is not been
But-
set up.
Okay,
This is
but
your
that's-
fire, and if you want to sell, Melva, if you want to sell,
Yeah, I was just gonna say
you're out.
that's-
You know we're not.
Yeah, I know.
You know they bought city centers today for 25 million. Though.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. Today's been a really rough day for me. Today's my son's 21st birthday.
I know. Yeah, you know
I
what?
haven't
You got a
even
lot
had
of.
a chance to think of him. I've never met my son.
No.
Like,
Hey, you know what?
so trust me, I already had him for a big time. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, it's okay.
I was just going to say, is that why they can do?
Oh my God, you do it like this. Oh my God, no, that you don't even.
You can go because of it. Well, I was.
No, it's warm.
The other thing that I can offer you is in my part of it, I'm a fire chief. Right? Which means I'm allowed to make this. I'm allowed to make this to the police. On your behalf, I can put that legislative because I'm a fire chief. Like I said, I'm letting them discuss it amongst themselves because, it's not only my decision to make, but thank you. I will let them know. And just so you know, I'm pretty not coming. I know you are. We have talked once before.
No,
So just let you know.
guys, you know what? We don't want to live here. We really don't. Nobody wants to live here.
If I can explain a couple things to you, just between you and me.
Now I got to turn this. Do you want me to turn this on?
Yeah,
Turn this on.
just because it's between.
Got it.
Do you mind? Because
I kind of mind because we're having a personal talk about the sacred fire. I'm a firekeeper. I'm Cree and Sioux.
I'm curious.
Okay, but I
I'm
just don't want
curious because I took part in 1990. Well, we were in quarantine from the police camp down to
Hey, Peanut. You know how this fire got resurrected? You can tell Melva that so they know. They're thinking that the fire got started by another way.
I've watched it all morning long, like sunrise.
Because the fire was adamant they're putting the fire. At that time, I know Rose very well. I've dealt with
You know what,
Rose.
guys? We're not
No,
we are trying to make it stand.
And so I talked to Rose, and I said, okay, I get it, I'm free. the fire department wants the fire out. I understand how sacred it is. I was invited in.
So you know what? We know that they bought the city center today for 25 mil.
Yeah.
It's progress. None of these guys want to be on the street, man.
No,
And you know,
and I totally get that.
and you know what? They don't want to be in Beacon Hill. You know what? There's too many. Trust me. I've got the Indigenous roots. I know you go ancestry.com. I can show it. But you know, never really until recent, like just here, did I ever see it. I was in a teepee. You know what I mean? Which is not long. I mean, traditional to here. It's longhouse, right? Is traditional here. That's water. As you know, there's water natives and there's land natives, right? So it just is saying that you know what, nobody wants to disrespect you guys, and I'll tell you what.
Last night everybody was super respectful as well, and I totally get that.
Now the other night with that 15-year-old girl, I have a 12-year-old daughter, sir, and I will look you square in the eye, and I will honestly tell you what has been depicted by whether it be the reporter or Ken McIntyre. It's absolutely, and if you look at, I can show you video, and you know what, you can deduct yourself. You know what, none of these guys, you know what, we all have criminal past. Why? Because we're products of the street, right, in society type of thing. Yes, choices, it all comes into it, but one bad choice down a wrong way, you know what, you're going down a long wrong, for some. And in understanding that, the other night, that girl was not physically disabled. She's actually deemed a genius by one of the fire starters there. The perpetrator, you know who he is, obviously. He's a planted bull, and if you want to do that, you ask the other bald. Ask the other bald officer, Sheldon. I mean, he's a good guy and everything, but, you're paid informant. I don't think it's by anybody. I couldn't see the police doing it. But he's CI, you know what I mean, you're a rocket surgeon to be figured. Now, in saying that, the officer, if an officer is in Victoria, pardon me, sir, I'm not going to tell you. I was just going to give you a little kind of like bump on the back. I mean that in a very kind of federal. It was.
Give me 1 sec. I just want to talk to a fellow.
You know what? Okay. See ya.
Hey, so I'm kind of better, so I know Grandma very well. I was here last night, and I left them fire. I came in, and it was very safe.
Is that my one? Did it fall out of my pocket? No, I got mine in my pocket. You know what we have? I got that. It's going to be my lucky rocket, okay?
The fire was smoking this morning, and shade blew on it last night, and it started going again, and then we just left it, and then Colin here did it again by himself with no matches, no flame at all.
I resurrected the fire sir out of a glimmer of hope, I call it.
It's still going through.
And it was inside that big log that was there.
The problem is, and at least from the Cree point of view, and she knows she's Cree as well, from the Cree point of view, the fire, once the sacred fire has been dealt with, and we've had our ceremonies, like I said, we burned sage last night, we burned tobacco, we've had our prayers, then it's supposed to be let burn out. And nothing against you at all, sir, but for you to come in and blow on a sacred fire when you're not invited to blow on a sacred fire.
I was actually invited into the circle at that time.
Well, you weren't invited by the fire keeper who had already left. And I talked to him. He was awesome last night as well. Like I said, he let me in. So I totally understand, and I totally understand how hard it is to do, but I appreciate you doing it. Thank you for doing it. Because otherwise they would have put it out on their own, and they would have done it improperly and not from the right spot in their hearts. You know what I get? And so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. how many people are get on fire? See, and then he's
Yes.
right into
You
the
know what?
fire. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you know what?
Step out
It's,
of the
yeah.
circle.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. I know I own. I totally get the blast.
How you doing? Picking on
Good, man.
me again.
Look at this.
They're ruining my fun wherever I go.
That
It feels like
is
tennis.
Queen Elizabeth. That
And King
is.
George. I feel
Yeah.
like, why is it so light?
That is.
I don't know why it's so light.
Yeah. This is unfortunately the what I call it's George V and Queen Elizabeth. It's that's an extremely old. I would think old, but I'll look it up in a bit. As soon as I.
Doesn't even say a year on the damn thing.
Hey Fred, don't be antagonistic when you do it, eh, please?
Salt water and probably put it on top of fire to make it actually true. Ending.
You don't have to be antagonistic, but I think I've done that.
It says right here 1937, so it's not that old.
1937?
Hey Ryan, how's it going? I'm properly ended. Probably later. Are you on night shift?
And in contrary to your popular belief, was I invited to rekindle that fire if necessary?
So, another freeze motor to different section. I just got a question for you.
Hey, I've got a broken heart, everybody. Just so you know.
Oh.
My feelings are